We first met her a week ago today on the front page of the New York Times in a painfully stunning photograph by John Moore, a war correspondent who has seen it all, but says he had a tough time emotionally that night photographing the work of the Border Patrol in McAllen, Texas. All we know is that she is a 2-year-old girl from Honduras who was apprehended along with her mother at the border. We don't know her name. Many reporters are working on that. I'm sure we will eventually know more about her. But no one has made us feel more of the pain of what's happening at our southern border than she has. And now, lifted from John Moore's photograph, she is on the cover of Time magazine. She has taken her place in history in a confrontation with the President of the United States, a confrontation that she seems to have won, at least in as much as the President has backed down. But we don't know what's happened to her, so her victory might be something she has won for other children, but not for herself. She's not the first child who has confronted America's conscience on the southern border. Jenny Lisette Flores was born in 1970 in El Salvador, the same year that Melania Trump was born in Slovenia, then part of Yugoslavia. Jenny and Melania took different paths to the United States. Melania Trump moved to New York in her early 20s and may or may not have worked illegally as a model when she first arrived in New York City. Melania Trump's husband promised 2 years ago that she would have a news conference in which she would explain all of the details about her arrival in America and her work history and present her documents, but Melania Trump never had that news conference. Jenny Flores traveled the 2,600 miles from El Salvador to the California border when she was 15 years old. She was arrested for being in the United States illegally. When attorney Carlos Holguin discovered the shocking conditions that girls like Jenny Lisette Flores were being held in California, he brought a lawsuit in federal court in California entitled Jenny Lisette Flores versus the Attorney General of the United States. Attorney Holguin, working with the Center for Human Rights and Constitutional Law, himself the grandson of a Mexican immigrant, brought the case as a class action suit on behalf of every child held in custody by the Immigration and Naturalization Service anywhere in America. It has become the landmark case that has established the rights of the children and of the babies who are being held in this country tonight. The executive order that the president signed yesterday specifically cites the Flores case and admits that the president is not more powerful than Jenny Lisette Flores, whose case has established rules that even Donald Trump now knows that he cannot break. We don't know what Donald Trump would have done this week. We don't know what he would have tried to do next to the children being held in custody if Jenny Lisette Flores' case was not standing in his way, or if this 2-year-old girl had not stood there and told that Border Patrol agent and the world in her own way exactly what she thinks and feels about what the United States government was doing to her mother. The First Lady of the United States went to the border today, which was a good thing, but she did not accomplish as much as that little girl standing up to the First Lady's husband on the cover of Time magazine, and she did not accomplish as much as Jenny Lisette Flores. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on the button below for more from The Last Word and the rest of MSNBC.